Welcome back to Simply Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. If you're new to this channel, my name is Fujica and I serve this community as a business mentor, and I help people to achieve their home care licenses so that people can establish their non-medical home care agencies. Before we move any further, make sure you like this video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and then do not forget to hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I drop a new video. Just a quick announcement before we get going. Do not forget this last Saturday of the month. This month, it's happening so quickly. I will be facilitating my next masterclass, which is from launch to operations. If you were interested, and I truly hope that you are, the link for registration will be in the video description. Now let's get started with today's content. If you are familiar with my channel, then you know I just released a video on conducting an orientation for your new home care aides. In that video, I share that your new home care aides must receive 5 hours of training prior to them delivering care on your patients. So those first 2 hours was spent on orientation. So that orientation was really going through specific policies from your policies and procedures. And then we really talked them through their job description to make sure they understood the tasks and really made sure they understood the responsibilities associated with those positions. So I know a lot of you were like, well, what are they doing with the other 3 hours? I'm glad you asked. Today we're discussing part 2 on onboarding your home care aides. If that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned. So the state mandates that the second part of the 5-hour training is 3 hours of safety training. And so I have 2 suggestions on how you can break up those 3 hours. So before we get to those 2 suggestions, what are those safety topics? Those safety topics are the following: basic safety precautions, infection control, and emergency procedures. So the first suggestion that I have for you is to have on-the-job training. So this one is actually really good in terms of on-the-job training. So remember, we've talked about in previous videos, and I will try to look at for the specific video, but you guys know I've done a ton of videos on hiring. I've done some videos on recognition, like what does it take, especially in this field right now, when you have lots of competition in the field, you have a lot of our home care aides. It's really hard to retain them because they're literally having so many places that they can go to. You know, it's becoming harder and harder to retain home care aides. So you really have to put in some recognition programs and things of that nature to retain your home care aides. In one of those videos, I talked about making sure that there's some type of promotion program, some type of program that they can really grow within your company. And so if you do have a senior home care aide, or if you have a lead home care aide, then that person should know all of the emergency preparedness, all of the emergency procedures at a client's home, right? Because all of those things should be mapped out. So maybe on that first day, on that person's, prior to them actually delivering care, you know, that could be part of the training and part of that person's role to really walk them through what does an emergency situation look like. And so you're there, right, as a senior person, you're there as the owner with your training log to witness this, to see that the training did take place, that this person does know the numbers on hand, who are the people to call, where are fire extinguishers, they have the emergency phone numbers, you know, just things of that nature, so that they are prepared in the event an emergency happens. What is the proper protocol? And can that person call back what they learned? You know, just things of that nature. So those are things that by doing so, it actually promotes a couple of things within your organization. Training from within, promotion from within, recognition from within, right? It's building that relationship, building that rapport from inside inside your organization. Whenever you can have and whenever you can instill a program, from inside to where you can have some incentive to where a person can feel good about themselves, it really does build morale. It really does build teamwork and foster an environment of teamwork amongst your home care aides. that's a win-win for everybody involved. So that's one of the suggestions that I have. The second suggestion that I have for you probably is not going to come as any shock to anyone, which is you're going to utilize a lot of these online education systems. Now, guys, you're going to be doing a lot of research for this. A lot of these, sometimes these are credited, so these are going to be continuing education units. Some of them are going to be, a lot of these, what I like about them is depending on what your budget looks like, some of these systems will track the training for you. Some of these education units, some of these education systems will track who's started the training, who started but hasn't completed it, who, of course, who has completed it, so that you have that online record of who has done what and at what time, who's completed what topics. So I really like that in terms of tracking, because as we know, we are responsible for tracking who the training that our home care aides are taking and on what topic. So that could be really appealing to us as home care agency owners. I will go ahead and put a couple of suggestions in the video description just to keep you going. But again, a simple Google search will get you on your way. And again, this will make sure that this satisfies your requirement in terms of putting together training programs for you and your organization. Okay, guys, that's actually all I have for this video. I knew this was going to be a short one because, again, it was a follow-up to the first video. So if you have not watched the video, I will make sure that it is included as a card above. And then, of course, I will put it in a video description as a resource for you. So, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, do not forget to support me by liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and then hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Stay blessed.